Maggie Smith. I am your tour guide today from National Geographic. Today we will be diving into the Aztecs, the Incas, and overall the Americans. Let's go. What's up, guys? Okay, so at the moment we will be diving into their agricultural methods of the Aztec Empire. Their capital was Tenochtitlan, and one of the many aspects of it was their exquisite and extremely unique agricultural ideas and methods and methodology that they use. Excuse me, ma'am, can you please explain to me what you're doing here and overall, what is your goals as a farmer?
As an Aztec, we are building chinampras, which are floating gardens, which help us with food supply and food productivity. And then my trusty Aztec civilian over here is building us a nice irrigation ditch so that we can get water to all the places in the city. So that's what we're working on right now.
Can you tell me exactly what you grow in these chinampas?
Of course, here in the chinampras we grow maize, beans, and squash.
Nice. Now, let's go and see what else. Now we are about to investigate even further into the Aztec civilization, starting first with their government. You ready, Emma?
Oh, let's go.
Let's go, mate. Okay. Hello. Over here, we have a key political person of the Aztecs. Can you tell us what type of government they had in detail, please?
The Aztec Empire was a theocracy, and basically the leader was the emperor, but was also known as the Great Speaker.
Okay.
And didn't y'all have a tribute system?
Yes, we did. The tributary system was basically where people of the land had to pay tribute, surrender lands, or perform military service.
That's sick.
Neat.
Next, we're going to dive even further into their religion. So now we're back to investigate their religion. Let's go. Excuse me, mate. Can we talk for a moment?
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks. Would you mind explaining to me the role of religion in your society?
Yeah, no problem.
So now, where do you do your worships?
We do our worships at the top of very tall temples in the middle of our city, and we do that in order to be closer to the heavens.
Interesting. Now, is that where you also do your infamous human sacrifices?
Everyone sees our human sacrifices as very bad, but we do our human sacrifices because we believe that the gods sacrificed themselves to create the world, so we do that as repayment for human sin.
So how do you get these sacrifices?
We chop out their hearts and drink them.
Interesting. Welcome back. Now we're going to play a very rigorous game of the Aztecs called Tulaki.
No. Tulaki was a very rigorous game in which you use your hips and your feet to try and get the ball into the hoop.
Really? Can I have the ball?
Hip, no hands.
Now we get to the sad part. Over here you can see all of the deceased population of the Aztecs. This was because of the Spaniard invasion led by Hernan Cortez in 1519, accompanied by their rudimentary use of smallpox to wipe out Tenochtitlan. What a sad sight. Farewell, Aztecs. Now back to the happy part. Now we're going to move on to the Incas. Stay tuned. Now, we are going to go over the government of the Incan Empire. Over here with my friend AJ. Okay, can you tell me how the provinces were divided up, please?
Okay, well, since our empire was so huge, we divided our empire into 4 provinces, which each had its own bureaucracy and governor.
Really? Now, what about war and conquest? What happened to the people when they were conquered?
So in contrast to the Aztecs, we subjected our conquered people to the Mita system, which was forced labor between the ages of 15 and 50. They helped with agricultural labor, and they also helped with the construction of roads.
Now, what was your language called?
So our language is called the Quechua, and we required all of our conquered people to learn our language. We established schools to teach the language, and we also taught them the religion and history.
Interesting.
The fox.
Yes, they do.
Do they?
Yes.
What's the
And the gators and the koalas.
Gotta go learn about religion.
Oh, the Incas.
And guys, no
up, mate?
Aussie.
No Aussie, nope.
What?
Okay. Sorry to
Religion.
spring on you like this. I know. Can you tell us about your religion, please?
Well, the Incas' religion was highly practiced in ancestor veneration. They also practiced the mummifying of their rulers after death so they could continue to rule from the dead. And another really important thing about the Incas were Inca meant people of the sun, and so a highly important god of the Incas was Inti, the sun god.
Interesting. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Now, let's find out about some Incan achievements. Julia, could you fill us in, please?
Sure, so one of the first Incan achievements was called the Quipu, which was a system of knots in which numbers and information was related for trade and engineering. Another achievement was called the Wari Wara, which was an agricultural technique in which water was stored and captured so that they could use it at later points. And then one of the biggest achievements of the Incan people was the massive roadway system called the Carpanon, in which people were forced to work on the roadway system, which expanded throughout the entire empire.
Now we're at the end of our story about the Incans. I had an informant tell me about their decline and disappearance, but I don't really know where he went. Just like the rest of the Incans, some people, like mainly historians, speculate that natural causes such as disease and natural erosions and things like that plagued them in their final years. Others speculate it was the civil wars that plagued their history, while at the same time many people believe it was Spanish conquistadors. I guess we'll never know the real cause, but that wraps up our nice little history lesson of the Americas. Thanks for watching our episode on the Americas from Nat Geo, our sponsor. From me
And Emma.
we'll catch you next time.